Shot Yaar. Well, that's gone straight up in the air. Will one drop? There's no way in the world. He's dropped it. I can't believe it. What is going on?
पहले तो अल्लाह का बहुत बहुत शुक्र है कि अल्लाह ने इतना अच्छा
Brilliant cricket! Wonderful cricket by Pakistan. The fast ball was struck again.
अगर सरफराज को ठंड लग गई या वो अनफिट हो गए तो टीम में कोई ऐसा खिलाड़ी है जो हंगामी तौर पर ये जिम्मेदारी कबूल कर ले?
इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि उसे ठंड ना लगे.
All right, Pakistan lose to Australia. They're 2-2. Who do we blame for this one? I've got Ramiz and Zan with me today. Welcome to the Shot Yaar Podcast. Haris is not with us. He's traveling home to see his family. How are you guys doing, man? After that loss?
Doing
been better, man. Have much better days, but it could have been worse.
Zan, you look very sad. What's going on?
I am sad, man. I'm super tired as well. So one thing, man, I fucking get up at 3 o'clock, and then
हमने कहा था swearing कम करेंगे इस दफा और the second word out of your mouth.
पहली minute में.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I get up at 3, and you regret it. Tired AF. So yeah, man, I'm just tired. I'm pissed, but I got a lot to say. So.
Let me ask you guys something. What would make you feel worse if you, today we all got up at 4 a.m. and we lost, right? Is that feeling worse than not getting up and Pakistan winning? And let's say you miss half of the game.
No. If Pakistan chased that,
I think if we don't wake up,
sleeping through it, I'd be very upset.
Okay, what if it's an epic game? It was an unmissable game.
To this, it would be this much. I'd be like, "Fuck, I missed it. Sorry." And then,
yeah, I guess in that scenario, the team still won, right?
So highlights Willow shows the full game again. You can always rewind, fast forward, So I'd be able to watch it again, no problem. But you already know the scorecard, so you're just but yeah.
If anybody working at Willow is listening, give this guy a job. Every episode, this guy mentions something about how great Willow is. Yeah. Okay. Before we get into the game, I wanna bring up a couple things. I might go on a bit of a rant here, but I need to get this off my chest. This World Cup is a joke, and maybe I'm just bitter about today's game. But this is ridiculous. And I'm going to bring up a couple of things. So today there was a video going viral on social media that I think, Zan, you sent it to me first, and then I just saw it everywhere on Twitter, of the fan at the game today, in the Pakistan-Australia game. And he's sitting in the crowd, and a police officer and a guy working at the stadium, I guess, they're asking him to not chant Pakistan Zindabad. And there's a conversation going back and forth. And he's like, why can't I say that? Pakistan ka match dekhne aaya hu, to what else am I supposed to chant, right? There's that. And, we've talked about the no fans, no visas bullshit. And we've talked, we've actually kind of downplayed it on this show. We've said that, it is what it is. But now it's starting to get ridiculous. This is becoming a bit of a joke.
I want to add one thing. So if you guys watch the video again without getting angry and letting your emotions take over, he says,
I can't watch it again without getting angry.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'll tell you a couple pieces in there. So one of the pieces is he says Bharat Mata Ki Jai is okay, but not. And the police officer is like, yeah, he's like, Bharat Mata Ki Jai, okay, no Pakistan Zindabad.
No. Didn't he say? I thought I might be wrong here, but didn't he say you can say Pakistan, but you cannot say Pakistan Zindabad? Zindabad was the word he had a problem with.
I'm sure that's probably it too. I mean,
either way, man, it's actually a ridiculous concept, man. साला पूरे पाकिस्तान से एक बंदा मैच देखने आया हुआ है, उसके भी चैंट से तुम.
These guys are so butthurt.
How immature is
somebody
this, man?
says long live colonial England or something like that. Are they gonna get upset? Are they gonna kick him out? Are they gonna come up to him? They're probably not even gonna know what he's saying.
Technicalities, eh?
Yeah, man.
No, but yeah, that's they're so butthurt over one Pakistani guy who happened to somehow make it there, and I want to give credit to that guy. I don't know how he made it there, but kudos to him. and they're gonna give him hell too. So this is just, and I want to tie this into Zen. You and I did an Instagram live on this yesterday because I was riled up about this too. The whole Kohli bullshit at the end of that India Bangladesh game
Yeah.
with the wide. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, so at the end of the India Bangladesh game, Kohli needed 3 runs to get to. He was on 97, and there needed 2 runs to win the game, and he needed 3 runs to get to his 100. And the Bangladesh bowler bowled a wide down the leg side, clearly a wide. And I don't want to get into this debate. I'm seeing a lot of shit on Twitter about like, oh, he shuffled across, and so that's why it's not a wide. That's ridiculous. It's a wide any day of the week, 100% of the time. So let's not even get into that
right?
discourse.
The Kettlebro.
Sorry.
I said Kettlebro had like a little
Yeah,
smirk on
Rishit
his face.
Kettlebro is like laughing about it,
Yeah.
and so that's what I mean, right? This World Cup is ridiculous. This is a joke.
He's laughing all the way to the
And
bank. Nice little payout after that.
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I don't want to accuse him for taking money for that, but that is a clear instance of an umpire not following the rules because and to ensure that a guy on one team reaches a personal milestone, and that to me is just funny and comical and ridiculous at the same time. Because you can't pick and choose when I know it has no impact on the game. I know the game was won. Bangladesh didn't care about it. Kohli didn't care about it. Nobody playing the game cares about it, but it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the ICC. It doesn't look good for the World Cup. It doesn't look good for the game of cricket. That's bullshit. Sorry, I'll stop and you guys can chime in.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and it's getting more and more obvious by the day. I'm not going to get into fixing accusations right now because, yeah, I just don't want to get into that. I don't obviously have any evidence of any fixing, and
I mean,
I don't want to get
it's
into
not
shit.
fixing because
That
that's a
being
very
said,
organic thing that happened in the game, right? Nobody knew he was going to be that close to 100, close to the end of the
yeah,
game. But I just mean, in the moment, he made that Richard Kettlebro made a decision not to give that wide, and it was only because he wanted to make sure that Kohli hits the winning runs. And yeah, it's you got to follow the rules, and you can be influenced by the situation in a game or what the crowd wants to see and that sort of shit. What if that was like a semi-final? And I'll just say that if there's any justice in this world, India loses like 5 games in a row and they miss out on net run rate because Kohli was also refusing singles, and like it was a fucking joke, man. I'm sorry to say, but the end of that game was ridiculous. Both ही फजूल किस्म का एंड था.
yeah. Anyway, let's move on to better things.
Better things. The game that we lost. That's the better thing you want to talk about. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, we lost the game, but I mean, there was a little bit of a fight there compared to other games. So, like at the end of the first inning, the score was really high, and I was looking around social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook, and there was very very few people who even gave Pakistan a chance. Pakistan batted decent. I wouldn't say they batted great, but anytime you score 300, that's a decent performance. Uh, at least we fought. That's the biggest thing for me. We didn't just throw away our haath khade nahi kar diye and just be like, oh, take the game. We don't want to win. The fight was there, so I'm not as upset as I would have been. But there was a lot of things that need to change in our team, and unfortunately, they can't be changed during the World Cup. So hopefully, the next few games turn out well, and then on to the next World Cup.
The next World Cup.
Yep. I honestly hope it doesn't happen. ODI is such a long format. It gets boring if your team is shit.
Yeah, I mean we were talking today, but I love ODIs. It's been my I hate T20s. I like ODIs. I think it's been I grew up, I'm sure we all grew up watching ODIs as kids and that sort of thing. T20s really only came when we were like when I was a teenager is when they came around, right? So for me, like I don't know, ODIs are great to me. I hope we can play more of them. But anyway, that's a separate discussion we can talk about. Then go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say they played well. Like it's just it almost felt like another batting collapse a little bit, right? Like when your openers put on over 100, and then after that, like
132, right?
Yeah, Babar came in like and at a good strike rate as well, or sorry, a good run rate as well. Then Babar came in and he didn't he got out pretty quick. Like his intent was there for sure. Like they wanted to win, obviously. But he played a stupid shot and he got out. And then, Rizwan was doing well for sure. Chacha was, doing good. Saud Shakil did good, but it was just like Iftikhar, like it's not a dumb shot. Like he just couldn't read the ball. Saud Shakil played a dumb shot. Rizwan again couldn't read the ball. So it just kind of it's spin, right? Like it's like our team's lacking in spin. But we can talk about their batting first. I really want to shit on their fielding and their the first innings.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the batting was
Um,
good. Like I had faith. I didn't think it was something unachievable, especially when it was Imam and Abdullah, and even when Imam got out. I think Imam was the first one to get out, or was it? No, Abdullah Shafiq got out. I was still confident. I was like, you know what, these guys are playing well. Like the pitch is good, ball's coming on the bat, but stupid shots doesn't matter what the pitch is.
yeah, as a summary, I'll say that I'm not as positive as Ramiz on this. I think 300 on this pitch on such a small ground with some of the boundaries behind square, I think were like 59 meters, really small boundaries. 300 is the minimum. Like, a good batting team should be able to get at least 320, 330. And chasing 370 is a different beast altogether. But
But
yeah,
also
I don't.
when you break it down and you see where they were at 20 overs,
Exactly,
right?
and that's what I
Like
was gonna say. Even when we were like after 30 overs,
we're at 200.
we were talking about it.
Yeah.
We had exactly 200. We needed 167 from the remaining 20 overs. And if you look at it in T20 terms, I know we had lost 3 wickets, but we had 2 set batters on the crease. You, I would even say that it was probably more in our favor given the conditions of the pitch. There wasn't a lot for the bowlers. You would back our guys to get there. So for me, this is like this. You know, when the first innings ended, I was like, 367 is a huge total, no matter what way you put it. But given the situation and how we got a great start, um, I think it was achievable. And yeah, like you said, Dan, I think I agree that it was a bit of a collapse towards the second half of that innings, right? But yeah, let's talk about the bowling first, actually, because a lot of shit went wrong there too, right? First few overs, 6 runs and over, and then yeah, and maybe we need to have a separate discussion about Babar's captaincy. I wasn't too impressed with it. I know you guys
Trash.
have been shitting on his captaincy for a
No,
while.
this was
I
like
have been kind of giving him. Go ahead.
to me this was the kind of the like he's not a captain. He can't captain. He's not good at it. It's not. He just can't do it. And I'm not. The thing is, like I said, I've said this before. People get upset because they think like, you're shitting on him as a player. I'm not shitting on him as a player. Like he's just not captain material. He's just not.
I think
Look at
today we can shit on him as a player too. I
yeah. Well,
think
no, but
the
he
shot that he
proven
played
himself.
today,
Like
he got out.
no,
I was
continue.
gonna say he got out to the playing the exact same shot to the Netherlands in the Netherlands game. I was actually I went back and saw the way he got out in that game. It looks almost identical. Almost kind of a short ball, half tracker, spin, and he rocked back, tried to hit it through mid wicket, and got caught at
Fielder's
short mid
right
wicket
there.
both times. Feelers right there.
But
So and it was uncanny how similar they looked in both games. So yeah, sorry, go on.
but yeah, no, and I get that. But this to me is not. I don't want to shit on him as a batsman. It's literally a captain. He's not a captain. Like he just doesn't have it. And I'm not again. I love Babar. He is Pakistan cricket. He has changed Pakistan cricket. He's given us something to be proud of. So even the fact that we went in with this high expectation, it's because of Babar. You know. So I respect the guy. He is what we need. But an on-field captain is not who he is. And before the India-Pakistan match, there was this video going around. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was this youngster, and he was literally talking about how, like, he started from like Azharuddin, and he went from like Kohli had Dhoni had Tendulkar had like all these guys, Azharuddin, everyone. Like Babar had nobody, bro. Like,
Babar had Surfraz.
yeah, Babar had Surfraz, exactly. And
I mean, Surfraz was a
Surfraz is a
good
great
captain, though.
captain, but
We can't deny that. We
Karachi
can't deny
Surfraz,
that.
Mafia. Karachi Mafia.
Surfraz is the type of captain that,
Bro, he got us the only ICC trophy in the last, like, I don't even know
yeah,
how
six,
many
7 years.
years.
Don't forget my boy Yunus Khan, though. Um,
The last one before
yeah,
that was 2009, so like 14 years, and we only have one, and
yeah,
courtesy of
that's true.
Surfraz.
But Surfraz was a great captain, but his captaincy is something that it's not like a remodel. Like, you can't watch him. You have to change your personality to be like Surfraz. You know, this was his personality. He also, like, Surfraz also won the under 19 when they beat India.
Yeah,
So he,
World Cup.
World
again,
Cup,
he
yeah.
is
Yeah.
captain material. Like, some of these players, they just aren't, and Bobbert isn't, man. And it's, again, like I said, it's, I'm not shitting on him, but he needs to let it go. Even if they win, it's not going to be because of his captaincy. It's going to be because of individual performances. Like today, it would have been because of individual performances. Shaheen was left, like, let's talk about that. He bowled 4 overs. He had a maiden in there, and then you bring on Hottest Rove to get spanked around, and even Chacha was doing good. You have him on.
He actually, so yeah, so let's start from the beginning, right? Let's start first few overs go for, I think they were going around 6 runs and over. It wasn't anything terrible. In those first few overs, obviously there was a drop catch too. And, Warner was on 10. You take that catch, it's a totally different game, right? Obviously he went on to score 162 or whatever it was. So that changes the game drastically. Then, he Shaheen bowls a maiden. He brings on, I don't think it was Harish. I think it was Ifti. I think Ifti bowled the eighth over, or we can look it up. But I think it was Ifti who came on for Shaheen in the power play. And I was like, what is this decision? It doesn't make any sense. The guy just bowls a maiden. Catch gets dropped. He's looking like himself, back to his good form, and you take him out of the attack. To bring on an off spinner. I could be, was it Rove or was it Ifti that came in for him? I don't remember. But I just remember Ifti was bowling in the first 10 overs, and it didn't make sense to me. Um, and then and then that happens, and then Babar just goes into his shell, right? He's trying to save runs. He's doing his thing like he always does. And I think, as we often do, we're calling for him to bring on Shaheen, your best bowler, when they were like 180, 200 for nothing. And I think when he brought on Shaheen was a bit too late. I would have brought him on a little bit earlier in the innings. I don't know if you guys agree
The
with that,
vibe
but
I get from that is like, let's take 10 wickets. It doesn't matter when we take them. If we take them at the end, that's okay, but let's take 10 wickets and let's try to get it before the 50 overs ends. That's like dumb thing.
I think this is more than that. I think you're right. I think that is it. And I think that, like, they have a scripted plan. I feel like there's no game awareness there's not like, okay, we're getting spanked around, I should bring on my strike bowler to try to break this partnership. There's none of that. He's like, I think वो सोच के आता है कि पहले 6 ओवर इन्होंने कराने हैं, उसके बाद मैं इफ्ती को लाऊंगा, उसके बाद मैं नवाज को लाऊंगा, नवाज और इफ्ती इतने ओवर कराएंगे बीच में. Because even when Nawaz was bowling, I know they contained runs, but you need to try to take a wicket. Bring on Shaheen for 1 over. He had only bowled 4, and the last one that he bowled was a maiden in the power play. So bring him on, bring him on, even if it's for one. See what he can do.
And that's how the pressure
That
eases, right? Like, who knows if he had stayed on, maybe Warner would have, again, he could have made something happen with Warner, with Mitch Marsh, something, right? Like, that was, yeah. Anyways, continue.
And he came on when he came on, and he took a wicket, and then
Two and two.
he was on a hat trick. Yeah, Glenn Maxwell came. Glenn Maxwell just played a dumb
He was on a
shot.
hat trick 2 times.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
He was on a hat trick 2 times.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah. I've been defending Babar's captaincy, pretty staunchly, and it, yeah. I think I'm starting to maybe agree with you guys.
Today was
He seems to.
a prime example of what not to do, right? Like everybody and their fucking dog knew that you need to bring on Shaheen, right? Like, that's that's the main thing, and it makes sense, right? And it's like, the problem is, again, that we talked about this, is he saves overs, right? Like, he saves overs for the end.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, if you're
It's also a
Hundred
recurring
percent.
issue with Babar, right? So like Usman mentioned, I've always been a big supporter of Babar Azam's captaincy as well. But now when you actually sit there and evaluate his past 2 years, it's clear that he keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over again. He has a bowler in, the bowler is doing well, he takes him out and doesn't bring him back until it's too late. He, and like Usman mentioned, doesn't look like he has a lot of game awareness. He doesn't change bowlers quick enough. Like against India when we saw Rohit Sharma, when we collapsed, he switched bowlers real quick and he made some really solid switches. But again, Babar doesn't do that. It looks like he has a plan before the game and he sticks to that exact plan the whole time. If a wicket falls, he doesn't change his plan. If a wicket doesn't fall, he doesn't change his plan. If we're getting hit for a lot of runs, he still doesn't change his plans. It looks like he just sticks with what they
And
prepared before the
you know,
game.
I would be okay with something like that if he was an aggressive captain. But he's a passive captain, right? Like if he was aggressive with it, I'd be like, okay, you know what? Like he's trying to take wickets. You know, he's trying to be aggressive, so let's let him stick to his plan. But he like to me, it's like he
But
doesn't
see,
know
that's
like
the
right
thing.
left combination. He doesn't know like a right-handed batsman came in. I need to put like he doesn't know like this, that, and the other. This person like doesn't play spin well. I'm going to bring this guy in. Like he doesn't know who to bring in. I'm maybe going extra hard right now, but
Yeah,
three
I think
three
that's a bit unfair.
three
I think
sixty
he
seven,
does know.
but 367 could have been easily 300 or less, easily. Because if they had taken that, like, because think about who scored the bulk of the runs, right?
Well,
Hundred
it's
percent.
hindsight, right? Like we don't know. Even if he'd made changes, even if he made changes, we don't know that we would have got a wicket. But Shaheen, if he came in earlier, obviously he's our best bowler, gives us a higher chance of taking wickets. But hindsight is 2020. We
But
can't
it's
say
also
for sure that we
momentum,
would have
right? It's
restricted
also
them under
momentum. If Shaheen
200,
comes in
300.
and Hardisrove keeps
Yeah.
bowling and it's like 20 run overs, they're gonna keep smacking him around. And that's what they were doing. But if Shaheen comes in and breaks that momentum, that's a different game too, right? Momentum is a hell of a thing.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking about game awareness. It's not just Baba, right? It's the bowlers too. I think everybody except Shaheen in this game was awful in the bowling. I know the pitch was a parta. I know it was a road. It was very good for batting. But Hadis Rove could not figure out. Like he came on in his first over, he got hit around for 24, right? Next over he comes on, he could not figure out, no variations. He's trying to bowl as fast as he can after getting spanked around. Um, Nobody told him, hey, try some variations, maybe slow it down a little bit. This pitch is not where you want to bowl super fast. It doesn't help. It's actually Mitch Marsh was loving the fact that he was bowling at
Do you know
148,
what
147, right?
there was so they had a stat up, you guys might have seen it, where they showed strike rate based on speed, and 140 plus was like what, 170, 180 strike rate.
Yeah. This was for David
I
Warner, I
don't
think,
remember who
right?
it was for. I thought it was just for the team. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was for a specific player.
Yeah, it was for David Warner, and against 140 plus, he was at
And
175.
it makes sense, right? Like
Yeah,
Australian pitches, we know they're fast and they're bouncy. These guys thrive on that. They know how to play short pitch bowling. They know how to play good fast bowling. That's what their whole system and their structure is based on. When you go to Australia, that's what you prepare for. Fast bowling and bouncy pitches, and that's what Harisar provided to them the whole game. Uh, and just going back to Babar, Shaheen, not bringing on Shaheen wasn't the only stupid thing that he did, right? I think I messaged you guys at one point in the game. I know Osama Mir got kind of spanked around a little bit in his first few overs too, but when you're playing you're a leg spinner he's your attacking wrist spinner, and you're bowling Nawaz and Ifti for like, I think they bowled together for like at least 12 to 14 overs together in tandem, and no sign of Osama Mir. And I think in that, like, you have to try and take a wicket with your attacking leg spinner if you have him in the team. Um, Osama Mir was having a pretty bad day, anyways. I don't know if he would have done anything, but he dropped that catch. You could see that he was getting a little bit overtaken by the by the occasion of it all. After he dropped that catch didn't even touch his hands. It was it was kind of embarrassing, that effort. And we made fun of Mitch Marsh for doing that again in the India game, and I guess it kind of came back to bite us in the ass a little bit.
I mean, Mitch Marsh's was much easier than this. This was much higher. So I mean,
No, I
not that
wouldn't say
it
that.
excuses what he
Mitch
did.
Marsh had to
Not
run
that it
quite a bit too. Yeah,
excuses
he
what.
didn't have to.
Mitch Marsh
Yeah,
is
he was
harder.
just
No
was
standing
way,
there.
man.
Yeah, man, Mitch Marsh's was way
No,
harder.
not
Dude,
a
we're not
chance.
pulling
Not a
punches today,
chance. Not a
Ramiz.
chance. I think this was harder.
We're not pulling punches
Huh?
today, dude. We're
Okay.
Yeah,
disrespecting
man, I'm fired
everyone.
up.
Okay.
But yeah, and so that was another thing that I thought
Again,
didn't
he's
make
trying to
sense to me.
contain
You
runs,
have
right? Like they were going pretty
exactly
well,
right.
and he brought Hassan Ali in before he brought Osama Mir back in.
Yeah, yeah. And Hassan
So
Ali,
another
when he
thing I
came back,
noticed
he got
was
spanked for a six as soon as he came
But
back.
he
Sorry,
pulled it
Ramesh, go
back.
ahead.
He got hit for a six, but he like anything that was six
Yeah, like in Dicko, it doesn't matter, right? When you're 200 for nothing in like 28 overs or whatever the hell it
Shaheen's nowhere
was,
to be found.
it doesn't matter if you pull it back at that point, right? 360. Like I was thinking they would get. I'll give our bowlers credit for the last 10 overs, and that's the only thing they get credit for. They pulled it back, but that often happens like when a team is like 220 for whatever, for nothing. There's not a lot of time for the other batsmen to come and like be aggressive right away, so you lose wickets. But it looked like they were going to get 400 plus at one point. I thought they might even
100%.
get like 450. So
Dude,
good job, I guess, towards the end.
attitude was just
Um,
such trash, though. Like the attitude on the
yeah.
field is such trash. Like it's like yeah, like we just want to get it over with, and then we'll try our hand at the batting, right? Like it just
Yeah,
sucks
after
the
that
way.
after that catch went down, the Osama Mir catch went down. That was in the first 10 overs. And after that, you're right. Right away you could tell the body language of everybody on the field. They were thinking, yaar ye aaj hamara din nahi hai. And it just pick yourself up. Don't be a don't be a loser, right? Like you show some spine. It's fine. Catch drop ho gaya. It's all good.
And
Just keep doing your thing.
yeah,
Yeah, and when Shaheen came back and he took that wicket of David Warner, no,
David
Mitch Marsh.
Warner, I think.
Everyone,
Oh, okay.
it was Mitch Marsh. Everyone looked so out of it. I think I messaged you guys too, and it was so weird to see. There's no energy, no one's celebrating, and I was like, "What is going on? Like, are you guys playing a World Cup game या कोई गली का game चल रहा है? बंदे को out किया, at least celebrate, right? Like,
Yeah.
go to the bowler,
Yeah,
be
that
happy
was
with him. Like,
definitely
there
noticeable.
was none of that stuff going on. It was a shock for me, especially because I just woke up at that time to watch the game. I think that was the first ball I watched, and I was like, seriously, like, where's the energy, man? That was the first ball I watched, and then the second ball I watched was also a wicket. So I just feel like I should have woken up a little earlier. Maybe you would have
Yeah,
got a
I
wicket
agree.
earlier.
I agree.
But yeah, no. The other thing I was saying is we bowled 50 overs, and there was only one bowler who bowled all his 10 overs, Shaheen Afridi. Everyone else bowled. Hassan Ali bowled 8, Iftikhar bowled 8, Haris Rauf bowled 8, Osama Mir bowled 9, and Nawaz bowled 7. So Iftikhar and Nawaz were our most economical bowlers. Yes, they weren't getting wickets, but so wasn't Haris Rauf and Osama Mir and Hassan Ali, but they still bowled that many overs. I feel like if you have economical bowlers and you're getting smacked around everywhere, bring your economical bowlers back in and contain the runs at least, right? But for some weird reason, he let those 5 overs go, 2 of Takar and 3 of Nawaz. I don't know. I don't know if those would have changed anything, but at least I don't know. Like when I woke up, Haris Rauf was getting smacked at 15 runs and over.
Well, I mean, so
At the
we
end, he did
also
pull
can't
it
have it
back to
both
like
ways,
10 and
right?
over.
We're shitting on him for not bringing on his attacking bowlers, but then we're also saying he should have tried to continue. So I don't
There
think it can work
has to
both ways.
be
I was making the opposite point. I was saying that he should have brought in Osama
yeah.
Mir, and there's two different. You can just have a different opinion. That's fine, but I thought Osama Mir should have been bowling more in the middle there, around the 20 to 25 over mark. He wasn't bowling at that time. At that time, Babar's only goal was to save runs,
That's
and
where match
like Ramesh, you
awareness
said,
comes
if you're
in,
going to
right? Like both things
yeah.
can happen, right? There can be a span of economical, there can be a span of attacking. Both things can happen, but there has to be like match awareness as to where am I in the stage of the game? What's happening? Who's getting smacked? What can I do? Where are they playing shots? Where
Everybody's getting smacked. उसमें तो बेचारा कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
no, I understand that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? If Takhar and Nawaz weren't getting
But
smacked,
Yeah.
that's a
what I'm
point I'm
saying
trying
is
to
those
make,
are the
right?
questions you should be asking yourself as like which route am I gonna take, right?
Yeah, but also Ramiz, I think they weren't getting smacked because they were actually at one point. I think they even mentioned it on commentary. They were saying that Mitch Marsh is waiting for the pace bowlers to come back, and he waited. They had a few overs of like 2, 3, 4 runs and over, and then as soon as Harish came back, he started belting it around. So yeah, I mean, eventually their overs were going to run out. I see your point about like, okay, if we're going to try to save runs, commit to it, finish their overs. I see that, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if he's not attacking the spinners, and the commentators know that, Babar should be knowing that too, right? And if you can save runs on 5 more overs, why not do that? Instead of going for like 10 and over, you would have
That's
gone for
true.
like what, 5
That's
and
true.
over.
I
So
like
you save
that.
another like
I
20,
like
30
that
runs
train of
there.
thought.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying, right? We can't. we're
Hey, this is a
dunking on him for
discussion, all
not
right?
being
This isn't a
attacking, and then
black
we're
and
also
white.
saying
No, but like, yeah, it's
It's
not
not
black and
kala
white, but like,
chitta, okay?
if he didn't bring Shaheen in sooner either, right? Like, agar attack kar raha hai banda, to Shaheen ko pehle le aao, right? He didn't
yeah,
even bring
yeah.
Shaheen. He
You
brought
can
someone
attack
who's
in
getting
different
smacked
ways
for
too,
15
right?
You
runs
Like,
an
wanted to
and
over.
also
save.
you can keep
Yeah,
one spinner on one end and bring Shaheen on the other end. It doesn't have to be both spinner. Like, that's what I mean,
yeah.
right? Like, just try different shit. Don't just come with one singular game plan and just hope that it works, right?
I just don't get how Samamir made it to 9 overs, to be honest. Like, yeah, he's their attacking spinner and stuff, but
I
if
mean,
you're
you.
if you're
I
leaking
mean,
runs like it's a joke, then I don't know why you're getting 9 overs, to be honest.
No, I disagree with that. I think if you're bringing in a guy, we've been hyping up Osama Mir, we've been talking about like, hey, Shadab needs to sit for this guy. If he's playing, you bowl him. Like, I don't know what else you can do, right? Um,
Yeah, but banda maar kha raha hai, right? If he's getting hit
नहीं लेकिन
around for
मार तो सारे
runs,
खा रहे हैं like
then
नवाज और
लेकिन
इफ्ती
दो ने नहीं खाई ना.
नहीं नहीं
वही तो मैं
I
कह
don't
रहा
know.
हूँ.
I don't agree with that because then you're saying to the guy we're bringing you in, but as soon as you go, he bowled 4 overs, and I don't think he was like, I think his economy was under 10, which on compared to like Harish Rav was amazing, right? So you know, 4 overs, if that's all the leash he's gonna get, then you might as well not play him. Bring Sharab back, right?
It's not about a leash. Like we spoke about game awareness, right? This is part of game awareness. If your bowler is getting smacked around, you don't bring him back for at least until the people that
Yo,
were
can
smacking him
I?
around get out, right? Like Haris Rauf, he stuck with Haris Rauf, which is fair because Haris Rauf is obviously pacer. He's a good
He
death
took a
overs
couple
bowler.
wickets, right? Two.
But yeah, he took
Oh,
two. He
okay.
took three
Yo,
actually.
can I do a comparison?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
do you
go for
guys
it.
remember Lagan when Kachra wasn't taking wickets and they brought him on, and then they gave him the ball again after he took like 6 wickets? Yeah.
He took a hat trick,
So, like, yeah,
and they were
yeah.
at 295. They
Oh,
were
I
at
want to watch
295 when he
Lagan
took
I
now,
those three
agree.
man.
With, I
wickets.
agree with Ramiz on that. You know, long live colonial England.
Kachra gets wickets, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, I'm just saying if we're asking him to be attacking, we can also ask him to save runs at the same time. That's all the point I'm making.
Yeah, but like the attacking bowler was getting smacked around, right? That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
अगर मार खा रहा है तो कब तक उसको मार खिलवाओगे
Yeah,
आप,
yeah, no,
like that makes
I
it. I
agree.
feel like that makes it even worse because you bring in a new guy, you give him a chance, and you're just letting him get smacked all around the park. So like you get an excuse to not bring him again, right? That's the agenda that the Dosti RE squad would use. That अपने दोस्त को वापस लाना इसलिए he kept bowling him, but obviously that's not the case.
So then, okay, let me ask. So you're saying you shouldn't have bowled Osama Mir at all again?
No. Until at least Mitch Marsh or David Warner get out.
Okay, I see.
If
I
those
agree with
two
that.
guys are smacking him around,
I
like
take it
take him
back. I agree with
out,
Ramiz. I was
bring
on
someone
Team
else in.
Usman first, but now I agree with Ramiz.
No, no, but he did. He did bring Osama Mir back, and then Babar dropped the catch at slip, and it's same story, right? Like, एक तो fielding भी नहीं ना ठीक, वो बेचारा आया था, he
Yeah,
finally
but
got
like
an
we didn't
edge.
get punished by him, right? We didn't get punished by Steve Smith, right? And Osama
Yeah,
Mir got him out anyway.
but still,
So
that's a textbook
And,
catch.
yeah,
yeah, first I
yeah.
thought it dropped
First
in
off,
front
I
of
was
him, but then yeah, it was. If you're standing in slip, you have to take that. I'm sorry, you.
yeah. First of all, I was actually shocked that Babar even put a slip. To be honest, he doesn't do that very
Yeah, I
often.
was shocked too.
And then we got a catch there, and he drops it. I was like, dude, what are you doing, man? Luckily, we didn't get punished after that.
So then let me ask
Anyways,
you guys, since
I think we should move on to
no, hold on, hold
move on to batting.
on. I want to grill you guys a little bit more. So the thing you're saying about like, okay, so you should have tried to save more runs. Then what should he have, like, just bowl them out until they're done and then bring your attacking options back?
I don't know. I don't know like the exact situation what he should have done. But he should have definitely taken out Osama Mir. Because he wasted so many overs. That's 5 overs between the two guys who were our most economical bowlers. If they went for 4.62 runs per over, right, like less
And
than
what
five
about
runs and over,
Nawaz?
that's half of Nawaz went at 6.14 and over. It's not super economical, but it's still better than what the overall innings run rate was. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I need to check when he took Osama Mir out because I think it was around in the middle somewhere, right? Before the 25th over that he got taken out. Anyways, I think yeah, well, I don't think we need to spend too much time on that.
Yeah,
So what do you do? What do you do in the next game? Before we move on to the batting, what do you do? Who do you play now? Shadab or and I asked
Shadab,
this question to Demise
Shadab.
last time. Who do you play now? So now
no, I
everybody's
think we
back on the
should
Shadab
stick with
train.
Osama. No, we should stick with
No,
Osama.
man,
Give
the
him another
fielding
game.
on its
Yeah,
own is
yeah. I think
This
dismal.
definitely
wasn't.
give him.
Bring Shadab back, bro.
Yeah, but
No,
I
but
think
look at it,
no, we
right?
should
Like
remove Nawaz. Remove Nawaz and bring
But you just
Shadab.
said he's an economical
I know it's going to be two
bowler.
leg spinners, but I know, but like he doesn't give you anything with the bat. He doesn't give you anything in the field. Shadab gives you fielding, and Shady can bat.
I don't know. Nawaz
I
just
don't
had a
think you need
bad
two
day,
leg
man.
spinners.
He
I
is
think
a
if
good
Shadab is
batsman. He has shoot, man. He has
who
batted.
Nawaz?
Yeah, he has batted well before, man.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't want to get into
so has
batting yet.
Shadab.
I
Okay,
wanna,
okay, okay.
yeah. We'll shit on the batting in a second, but I wanna know like. So you're saying then don't play Osama Mir next game?
No,
Bring Shadab back.
his fielding on its own, because it wasn't just. I mean, he dropped one, but wasn't there like a misfield or whatever? I saw. I think one of his was like a misfield. Joe, dude, Shadab took two
There
catches in
were
the
a
first.
few. There were quite a
Yeah,
few.
so I would just even for his fielding, I would bring Shadab back in, man, to give that. Maybe I feel like his body language is better. Even Osama Mir when he dropped that catch, he just got up and stared at everyone. He didn't even like go for the ball or anything. He didn't even look for it.
He looked shocked. He was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that happened."
Yeah.
Um, but like, like I'm such a fucking amazing fielder that I can't believe this happened to me. Like, we're like, dude, this happens to. We watch this every day. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Uh, but so the reason I agree with Ramesh. You give him one more game, and this was actually a bad game to bring him in because look at the pitch, right? Look at the ground and look at the pitch. Probably not a good game to bring a guy like that in who's going to be playing his first World Cup game, who hasn't played a lot of doesn't have a lot of experience. You got to give him at least the next game, which is theoretically an easier game and against Afghanistan. It's also in Chennai, spinning pitch, so you give him that,
So what if
and
they?
then
Sorry, would do you think they'll
go ahead.
take somebody? No, I guess they need three fast bowlers. Um,
Yeah, but I also see your point about Shadab's fielding. After seeing what happened today in the field, I think Shadab brings a lot of value in that regard. He's a great fielder, and I actually will eat crow on the fact that Osama Mir, what he did in the batting today was embarrassing. Third ball, he tries to hit that for a six. He tries to hook it. That was Shadab is better than that. I'll give you that much. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I it felt like today. Our batting just ended when Osama came. As soon as he came in, I knew the game was over. You know, Usually at that time Shadab would be there, and you would still have at least a little bit of hope. Maybe he can. I don't have a lot of faith in Shadab getting us over the line today either. If he was in place of Osama Mir, but he's better than that. Quite a bit. So there is that. But anyways, we can move on to the
I
batting
think
now.
even the last time Osama played, he scored like one or two runs and got out similar fashion.
the last game he played was against
I just
Australia
think
in the
that was a
warm ups.
poor shot. The game could still have been going somewhere if he. I think if they tried to take it a little bit deeper at that time, it could have helped. But I think they had just decided that after Osama came in, they decided, okay, let's just log, see what happens. But I think it was too early to do that. But maybe they know how shit they are at batting too. You know, they're probably aware that there's no way I can do this. So as sad as that is, it is what it is. Yeah, all right, let's move on to the batting, which is going to be another, you know,
Shit
rant
session.
for all of us. Yeah, I guess let's start with the openers. Abdullah. So I just want to say this. I know Abdullah and Imam played a good innings. Abdullah had 68, Imam had 70 exactly. Sorry, Abdullah had 64 and Imam had 70, both around a trigger of 100, 98 and 104. I know those are good innings, but on this pitch, I think one of you at least needs to get 100. I don't care if you're these are good scores, but in a game like this, in a World Cup game, you need to at least one of you guys needs to get to three figures and set up the innings in a way that other people can come down and finish. They both got out playing stupid shots. Abdullah Shafiq particularly, I didn't like the way he got out at all. That was he came down the track. I don't know what he was trying to do. Imam too. He was giving himself room to hit it on the outside. He was trying to dab it down quite a bit, and I kind of saw that coming. What happened to him? And but yeah, before we move on to Babar and start shitting on him, let you guys can either agree or disagree with that.
So I mean, yeah, they both got good starts, and I was actually talking to my friend, and I was telling him the same thing. We need one of these guys to play out till at least a 30 or 40th over, and I'm 100% sure if one of them had done that, we would have won the game. Unfortunately, neither of them took on the responsibility. This similar situation happened last game. Imam got a start against India, but then he threw away his wicket. But now it feels like he realizes he shouldn't be playing at the short balls. So he just ducks out of them now. Last two games, but yeah, I agree with you. We got starts, but neither of the openers took on responsibility to lay out a better foundation than what they had already. That being said, I don't think we can blame the loss on them.
Yeah, you can't blame the loss on them because
And
they
I know
were
who
the
I'm blaming
best
it on.
batsmen. The thing is, their partnership also set a really good
I mean,
platform.
I look, I don't want to do this thing where we blame one person or two people or what. I think it's a collective thing. They all failed. I
There
don't
was
I
a
don't think you
collapse.
can say it's Babar's fault. I
I
know
don't
Ravi's
know.
view.
I
Not
don't
all of
agree that it
them.
was. I don't agree that it was a collective fault. The openers did their job, not fully, but they did their job. They set up a good foundation for us, and then Babar, we have such high expectations of him. I've been a huge supporter of him, but it's getting too much now. Today, I'm not saying drop him or anything, but he really needs to step it up. He really needs to step it up. What he did today was is just
Yeah,
not
that
it.
was
We
that
needed
was
him
painful
today,
to
and
watch.
he it was
It
horrible. Like
was.
every time Babar comes in, we have such high expectations. Honestly, these past few games, it feels like he's Shahid Afridi, where we're so excited to see him come to bat, and he's just disappointing us.
Okay, इतना बुरा
That
भी
being
नहीं है.
said, I
Don't
think in
don't put
nahi nahi itna
don't
bura
put him
hi
in
hai
the
yaar.
same bucket as Afshad Afridi.
No,
At least with Shahid
last few
Afridi, we used to
games,
get some big sixes and then he'd get out. We don't even get big sixes from Babar.
Oh my God, I can't deal with this
bro,
discourse.
Usman, please tell me how the last six games have not been Afridi like, in the sense
Yeah,
that
but
we're
those
so
are
excited
six
to see him
games.
bat, and
Okay,
then he
this is
just.
what I mean, right? We cannot get.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
I
will
just spoke about the
happily
last 6 games. That's what I
I
said.
will
Last few
happily shit
games,
on Babar
not
for the
overall.
last six games, but I'm just saying we can't
Yeah.
compare him to Shahid Afridi just yet.
No, last 6 games you can. I'm comparing the last 6 games, not his whole
Okay,
career.
sure,
His
but
whole
that's a
career is
very
like
small sample size. Look how
light
many
years ahead.
ODIs this guy has played.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just talking
I,
about the last six
I
games.
think he's just talking about the way
I'm
we
trying to
feel.
prove a
I don't think it has
point.
anything to do with Babar. I think it's the feelings
Yeah,
of the fans.
yeah, just the
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah, just the feeling that we're
I'm
all
Fuck your
so
loving
excited to
feelings,
see him
seeing
bat,
guys.
and then he
buttonheads
just.
Screw your
today, man.
feelings.
I'm
Yeah, we're
loving
not
this. You
getting
guys
along today.
buttonheads. Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm just saying that I just don't like this this game's on Babar. I know he
It
played a
is on
stupid
It
him.
is
shot.
on
I know
him.
he got out.
It is on him. His
I don't
captaincy
think
was
that's fair
horrible.
at
His
all.
batting was horrible. So Usman, tell me, when you have a number one ODI batsman in your squad, right? Your openers do a great job. You come in at 134 for one, and we know the game plan. The game plan is to take the game deep and then go all out attack in the last 10-15 overs, right? We want to hold on to our wickets at that point. But consistently in the last 6 games, barring Nepal, he's done the same thing over and over again. Just comes in, plays a bad shot, throws away his wicket, and then the rest of the team has to deal with his shit, right? Obviously, it's the
Okay. So
entire
hold on.
team's job to
Before you
score
go
the
on,
runs, but
yeah. So I was just gonna say that's okay. That's fair. He didn't. I'm agreeing that he didn't do his job today. But we talked about it in the beginning. We needed 167 runs from 20 overs, and we had two setbacks. Why didn't anybody else come and finish the job? Rizwan, he got out. He was actually unlucky. I'll give him that. Rizwan was the only guy who was a bit unlucky today. That ball was clipping leg stub minorly, and
That made me
I
so
thought it was going
sad,
to be
dude.
missing.
That was a horrible,
And
horrible
also,
ball.
I will also shit on Nawaz for that because I think he put a lot of pressure on him when he came into bat. He was like 2 from 8 or 2 from 10 or whatever he was, and Rizwan was getting under pressure on the other end. But anyways, there are other guys who could have finished this game if he came, did his usual 20 runs or whatever it was. I'll look at how many runs he got. He had
26 of 20.
26 runs from 20 balls. That's a very typical Ifty innings, right? I'm just saying that the batting order doesn't end at Babar. That game was still under control.
It doesn't. But then we also don't have any more number one ODI ranked batsmen in the team, right? There's only one. We go around comparing him to
we've talked
Virat
about
Kohli.
how useless that ranking is, right? Like I know you're
No,
talking
I know
about
it is, but like you still have to score runs to get there, right? You still have to score runs to get there, and I don't know, man. We compare him with Virat Kohli. We compare him with like everyone. We were like, oh, Fab 4 should be like Fab 5
I don't
now.
compare him with Virat
And-
Kohli. I think it's
No, you
unfair
don't. But
to
like
Babar
everyone
to
else,
compare
like the
him
whole
to
world
Virat
does.
Kohli.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say,
And that's
right?
that's what
people
I'm
keep
saying, right?
oh,
It's those comparisons are very unfair because Virat Kohli is in a different league. You cannot compare.
no, but
at
like
this
he
stage of
also
their
gets
careers,
compared
you
to
cannot
Steve
compare.
Smith. He also gets compared to
I
Steve
know what you're
Smith,
saying. I know the Fab Five and everything, and
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
I
if you
get
have a
that,
player
but
of that caliber in the squad, you expect more from him. Like you can't have an 18-run inning when we're chasing 370, right? I'm not saying other players shouldn't do a job, but when he's in there, score at least 40 runs. His career average against Australia is 73, right? He scores 18 runs. Score 30 तो बना ले भाई, 40 रन बना लो, कुछ तो इंसान वाली बैटिंग कर लो.
so
मतलब come on,
that
man.
actually proves my point a little bit because if he averages 70 against Australia, this doesn't happen a lot to him, right? And I know we're talking about
It
he's going through
doesn't,
a bad
but it's a
patch,
big game.
and he is.
Yeah.
And
We scored a
that's
50
fine.
last
It's a
game,
big
right?
game, and we can talk about whether Babar is a big game player or not. That's a separate discussion. I think he does tend to crumble under pressure a little bit. I think you can, and maybe we've talked about
आज तो प्रेशर भी
captaincy.
नहीं था कोई.
नहीं
आज तो
प्रेशर तो
प्रेशर
था
भी नहीं था
मतलब
कोई.
प्रेशर क्यों नहीं था
किस चीज का प्रेशर था?
या 367 चेज
Abdullah
करना
and
क्या
Imam.
pressure? That's not pressure.
I know, but like their game plan is to take the game deep. No one's asking him to play 6, 7 runs, 7, 8 runs, 9 runs and over. At least a run a ball to खेल सकता है बंदा. That's not pressure. Because
I agree
even
with you.
Rizwan, Ifti.
I'm agreeing with you, but Zan, maybe you want to chime in and break up this argument a little bit.
Zan's happy
I'm a
that
spectator
I'm on
today,
it
man. रमीज और उस्मान के बीच आप देखेंगे ब्रेक के बाद. No, this is good, man.
Usman ne
This
Ramiz
is
ko
good.
mara.
Yeah, it's good to get Ramiz fucking speaking. Maybe throw a couple f bombs in there, Ramiz. It'll really get me excited.
Fuck you, Ramiz.
But yeah, I agree. I agree with
no,
what he's
but-
saying. I
on
agree
Babar.
with what
This
Ramiz
game's
is
on Babar.
saying. Over you, Usman. I'm of the idea.
All right, you guys both suck.
Yeah, I'm of the idea that there can be a select few to blame.
No. I'm agreeing with you guys in the sense that Babar did not. Obviously, he didn't help this team with his captaincy. He played. I think he played out of everybody in the top 6. He played the worst innings. I don't. How many did he get? 16, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
18 or 14.
18 or 14. That's not good. And again, I gave Abdullah Shafiq and Imam Haq hell, and I said that they should have gone on for longer. And those guys scored way more runs, 70 and 64. And I was like,
they're the ones that even gave us a chance.
This ground, you can get a lot of runs.
Right? Like we didn't think we had a chance.
All I'm saying is that I think it's unfair to pin the entire batting failure on Babar. I know he's the number 1 player in the world. I know he's a prolific batter. Go ahead.
Here's my take. If Babar wasn't playing so poorly in the last few games and these things weren't happening to him, the shot he played today, if he had got out like Rizwan, nobody would say anything to him, right? But it's just kind of, 1 innings you're just like, oh, bad luck.
That's a good
like,
point.
Shit. 3 innings you're like, okay, what's going on here? And 4 you're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is a World Cup. Like, we still got 5 games to play. And we have to win all 5 if we want to if we want to comfortably make the semifinals.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm shitting on Babar as much as you guys. I'm just saying that the rest of the batting lineup is also to blame. That's my
100%. But who you like? if the car,
Zan, I think you bring up a great point in that how he got, and that's the one thing I noticed right away. How he got out was embarrassing because that's exactly the way he, like I mentioned, that's exactly the way he got out to in the Netherlands game. So that is obviously a problem for him right now, and he's getting out to balls that aren't even good balls. Against India, he got out to a ball that was just a straight one. He missed it. He was trying to cut it down to third man. Against Netherlands, he, like I said,
same
short
thing.
mid wicket. He's trying to pull it. Today, the same thing. um, and Sri Lanka, I don't remember how he got out, but anyways, um, yeah, he's getting out in ways that a batsman of his caliber shouldn't be. He shouldn't be doing that. Um, and so I see your guys' point, but yeah, I'm just trying to say that this is a very media में भी यही आएगा ना अभी के this is the whole thing is on Babar now, and I don't think that's fair.
I think that this was
Um,
a loss. They batted well. Main person that we had faith in to kind of take us deep. That's why he's number 3 is Bobber. So I'd leave it at that. If you guys want to move on, I'd be more than happy to because it's depressing me as I'm already depressed. But
what do you want to what do you want to move on to?
do we have anything else in the lineup?
No, that's it.
Okay,
This is we got to talk about the game,
okay,
and that's it. I wanted to talk about that other stuff in the beginning, shit on India a little bit, and the
okay.
game.
So how about
That's
this?
pretty much.
Afghanistan game's coming up Monday, right? Sunday night. It's quick, 3 days. They got to fly their asses to Chennai. They barely get any time to get accustomed to the pitch. Let's talk about our 11s for that game. Who are we dropping? Who are we keeping?
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
This is the time where we
Yeah,
want to have.
you guys don't want to talk about how everybody else got out. I think we
Okay,
can
sure, yeah, yeah.
talk a little bit
Yeah.
more. So yeah, since you guys want to shit on Babar all the time, let's talk
Levers
about what
won
happened
out of
after
this.
that,
That
right?
was
Like,
just a horrible call.
This is the first time I'm talking bad about Babar.
I
yeah,
talk bad
that's true.
about
That's
This
Bobber
is
true.
literally the
frequently.
first time I'm talking bad
Zan
about
has been
Babar.
talking shit about Babar the
I
whole
don't.
time, and
I
you've
give
been supporting
constructive
him.
criticism. Okay, I don't talk shit about him.
Constructive criticism.
No, I love Bobber, man. He's my
You wanted him
favorite.
dropped,
You
man.
you DM'd me and you were like, I hate Babar
Shut
Azam.
up, man.
I hope he doesn't have a good game today. I'll show everybody screenshots. I'm gonna make a reel and I'm gonna put your screenshots in there.
That's
Get
not true,
ready.
guys.
Get ready, people of people of the internet. But yeah, so okay, Rizwan, yeah, I'll leave him out of this. I think he's been our best batsman in this World Cup so far. He got, like I said, he got unlucky today. Um,
Nawaz hit a 6, and then
and
he tried to come out again, and then he got stumped.
yeah, I feel embarrassed that I argued with Ramiz about his batting over Shadab in the last one.
They both suck.
Because I think they both suck. You're right. I think he's a better batsman than what he showed today. But it really pissed me off that when he came into bat, he was uh, field was kind of back to for him. It wasn't like there were singles to be had, and he wasn't doing anything. He was just dead batting it in front of him and not even trying to rotate strike, and that's what bothered me. And I think that's what put Rizwan under pressure at that stage, and he went for the big shot and got out. So yeah, I wasn't happy with Nawaz today at all. At least in the batting.
His shot was so weird. He went down the pitch and then he didn't even try to hit the ball. Like it felt like he pulled the bat back. I don't know why. I think maybe the ball was a quicker one, but it was a really
Yeah,
weird
it
way
was
to
a
get
quicker
out.
one,
He didn't
and
really even attempt a shot.
it felt like Zampa maybe knew that he was going to try to do that. But anyways,
Mhm.
that if the problems against spin continue, this guy cannot play a spinner. Great against pacers. Great, he can hit sixes. I think he's probably one of our best six hitters on this team. But yeah, this guy couldn't read the googly. And that's that, right? What I don't know. Zan, if you want to defend him, I guess you can, but I thought he was
No, he came out with intent.
mediocre.
I like the way he came out. Had intent. He had a couple sixes. Like he was, trying to bring the run rate down. He was doing well. Just bad luck, man. I mean, I don't even want to say bad luck. He couldn't read it. And that's scary, especially against Afghanistan, bro. Dude, we don't have Naseem Shah.
Yeah.
Those guys are gonna think they could walk all over us.
Dude, Mujibur Rahman, and if he comes to bat against Afghanistan, they're gonna bring on Rashid Khan or Mujibur Rahman right away, and game over. This guy's not gonna last one over.
I don't know, man. We need to.
Yeah, and I don't want to give a pass to South Shaquille either because he also played a really bad shot.
Yeah,
I
he
know
played a
he's
really
new to the
shit
team, and
shot.
I know he's been playing well, but you got to do better than that. That was a really dumb shot, and like I'm saying, right, like we're focusing on Babar here, and I know he's the main focus of this batting lineup. I know he's supposed to, score a lot of runs for us, but look at the way everybody got out, right? You cannot give any of these guys a pass today, barring Rizwan.
No,
I think barring Rizwan in batting and
Shaheen.
of course Shaheen Sharafi in bowling, nobody gets a pass in this game for
No,
me. Maybe Abdullah Shafiq and Imam ul Haq, they did lay a good foundation. But like I
no,
said,
they.
one of them should
Yeah,
have finished.
yeah. But the thing is, when you're set like that, like yeah, they scored the runs, but when you're set like that, you can continue. Especially Abdullah Shafiq, right? Like you can continue that and keep going. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm realizing that maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on Imam and Abdullah because an opener's pair's job is really to lay a foundation.
They
They
did.
did that
I'll agree.
exact
They
thing.
did their job, but I mean, we're looking at like I guess the pitch and everything. It's yeah. Anyways,
Yeah,
I don't think the openers fully did their job, right? Because the way our team plays is we don't really go crazy in the power plays, right? 59 runs in the power play we scored today. So we expect our openers to, if they're playing differently from other teams, then we obviously should have different expectations as well, right? Um, I guess what I'm trying to get at is if you're playing a run of ball in the power play, you don't get out as soon as the power play is over. Or
exactly.
I
Yeah.
think it was the 21st over, right? So if you're playing that way, you should be playing much longer than they did, right? They should have, at least one of them. I think both of them should have played longer. They both got on stupid shots, um, but I think yeah, like they should have played on for much longer, and I think we could have won this game if they played for another 40, 50 runs, the pair of them.
Yeah, that's a good point because you're right. You're right in that the way these guys play in the power play, they try to play risk free, right? You're not going to see a six, and we've talked about that stat, right?
Yeah.
In contrast with the way their openers played, and every other team, frankly, plays, you would expect them because of their style of play. You would expect them to, because it's less risk, that they're gonna stay out there a little bit longer. So yeah, I mean, these guys like other than Rizwan, I don't think we have 100 in this tournament yet, right? The 131 against Sri Lanka, no hundreds.
No, Abdullah also scored a
Oh yeah,
century,
yeah,
right?
Abdullah
That
had a
game, same
century.
game.
But yeah, that's it, man. In today's kind of game, you needed at least one of your openers to get like 100, 120 maybe. And like Ramiz, you said, stay out there until the uh, take the game deep, right? But yeah, I guess that's that, man. This game was a bit painful to watch because Babar won the toss. He chose to field first, and this is why I say, on these flat wickets, small boundaries. I know it's do and everything helps you chase, but you gotta also take into account that your bowling's not doing so well right now, and any score over 350 is tough. Um, Regardless of what the ground is in the second innings, the scoreboard pressure is a thing, right?
yeah.
I would, I would, if I would have batted first today if I was Babar, but it is what it is. They feel comfortable chasing. I think, I think Babar's thought process is maybe that he expects his bowlers to contain the opposition on this kind of a pitch and this kind of a ground to maybe to 320, 330, under 350, maybe. And they feel like confident that they can chase that down, but that is not going to happen all the time. When your bowlers are bowling trash, barring Shaheen, I think that's very hard to do. So
I'm happy that Shaheen had a good
another
game
sad
though,
day.
man. Inshallah, he comes back. Now
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
very
he's
happy for
back in
him.
form, and I really hope, especially his opening figures. His opening figures have not been good the last few games, so this was really, really happy to see. And even Huddersfield, yeah, he got beat the fuck up. Sorry, Ramiz. He got beat up pretty bad, but he came back. He pulled it back good, man. He's a great death bowler. So they need to stick to the plot of bringing Hottest later on in the game. But yeah,
And that's why it hurt so much that it was driving me crazy that he wasn't bringing Shaheen on until like really late in the game, right? Because he was bowling really well. Like we talked about, he bowled at maiden. He was bowling well. This is a guy who's your strike bowler who hasn't been in good form. Bring him in, man. Give. Tell him to do the job for the team. I don't get that decision at all.
And you never will,
But yeah,
Osman. You never will.
yeah, I never will.
All right, should we talk 11s or what,
Yeah,
man? Or should we do like an Instagram
yeah.
live for
Let's talk
that
about
or
the next
something?
game. No. Let's talk about our 11s for that game. I guess not the 11s. Just tell me who you guys want to drop, who you want to bring
I want to
in.
drop Osama Mir.
Um,
I'm not a reactionary fan, but that fielding was just horrible, man. You got to come to the game with something, right? Like, yeah. So I would drop him for sure. Bring back Shadab.
you're right. You're right in that Osama Mir provided nothing to the team today.
Yeah.
Ramesh, you're on mute if you're trying to talk. I saw your mouse moving.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to drop Osama Mir because of the drop catch. He should have done better, but I feel like after he's waited for so long, he deserves at least
Crunch
one or
time,
two
though,
more
man.
games.
There's no more deserves or anything, right? Like it's crunch time. One more loss and we're fucking out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but
I
like
would still
we
keep him
can't blame
in.
that
I would
loss
keep
on
him in.
Osama though, right? I would keep him in. Yeah, I think I'd drop Nawaz. I don't think he's one wicket in the whole tournament so far. Yeah, he doesn't give away runs, but he's also not taking wickets, right?
So you're having
And
two
he's
leg
also not
spinners?
scoring runs. So yeah, I mean, do we have another option?
Salman Ali Aga.
I don't think he's gonna get a look in the entire World Cup. To be
Yeah,
honest.
Salman. This is what I'm saying, right? This guy was a fixture on your team for the last 2 years. This guy played every ODI series going back to the Netherlands series that we played at home last year. And now he's bench warming. This is what I don't get about Pakistan cricket, man. I know South Shakil deserved a chance, but you gotta find a place for this guy in the team. Take Ifti out if you want.
I'm okay with that
Oh,
right
take
now.
Nawaz out and bring him in, right? We can do that.
I wish I could go back
This
to
is
yesterday.
go back to yesterday. Why? What happened?
Would you call Babar and tell him that
No, I'd
Osama's
call
gonna drop
Babar
a
and be
catch?
like, fucking
But
use your head.
it's been really funny to see the discourse on Twitter about the whole Osama Mir thing. Because up until yesterday, up until the game started, and I posted that stupid reel. Did you guys see it?
Yeah.
Like Osama in, Shadab out, bang 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 bang. Let's go. And everybody on Twitter, everybody on social media was like, amazing. Osama Mir finally gets his shot, and he just does that. And now all those same people are like, bring Shadab back. We want Shadab, and Zan is one of them.
Bro, it's the Pakistani fans, man. Pakistani fans, they every single time we lose, the person sitting on the bench is 100% better than the person playing. And then when you bring that person on the
नहीं नहीं
field,
अब लोग कह रहे
the
हैं
person you put on the
कि
bench again,
हाँ
he's always better
और
again.
अब लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये दोनों घटिया हैं इसके इब्रार को ले आओ अब अबरार आके गन करेगा तो ये कहेंगे उधर से उस्मान कादिर को ले आओ फिर ये कहेंगे कि जी उधर से किसी और को ले आओ जाहिर महमूद को ले आओ टेस्ट
यही
स्क्वाड
बात
से
है।
लठा के
सही बात है जो बाहर बैठा है उसको ले आओ
हाँ
बस
बस जो खेल रहे हैं वो घटिया anyways let's do
Yeah.
our yes
So yeah, I was saying Afghanistan. I would keep Osama Mir for sure and bring in Shadab for Nawaz.
Zan, you already
I
did
would
yours,
take
right?
out Osama Mir and bring in Shadab. Besides that, I think today Fakhr would have been nice, but openers did well anyways. But I think Fakhr would have been nice today.
I doubt it.
On this pitch, yeah, he could have done well, man.
I
think
doubt
so.
it.
I highly doubt it.
If he
Highly
got
doubt
past
it.
that first, Cummins bowled a really good first spell. Stark was whatever, he usually gives runs, but he takes wickets too.
I would have played him one
if you
down,
can
though.
negotiate a little.
I would have played Fakhr one down and
Who,
kept
Fakhr?
Mohammed Abdullah in there.
तो बाबर को मैं
Actually, I
डालना
don't know, man. I'm just talking shit now. I'm not.
ये बाबर को निकाल रहा है
I'm not
team से.
thinking
He's gonna
these
take him
things
out.
Oh God.
वो तो सोचा ही नहीं है कि
So,
कप्तान
Usman,
का
what do
खेलेगा.
you-
through.
It's like just bring him in. I'll play him at 3 and बाबर जो जहाँ भी जाए उसकी मर्जी.
Floater. Mehdi Hassan
Oh,
Miraj
yeah.
styles.
Phenomenal
Hey,
player.
that's
I'm
an
gonna
insult
stop
to
talking
Mehdi
about
Hassan
cricket
Miraj.
I'm just gonna be a silent spectator on this pod now. I'm ruining people's careers.
Oh my god.
So, Usman, what are you saying for the lineup
Yeah,
on
I was
Monday?
thinking while you guys were talking. I think I might just go with the same 11, man. If I want to give Osama Mir another shot, keep him in. Because see, the thing is, Shadab, I know he's a good fielder, and I know he can bat more than Osama Mir. But it's just his bowling, man. If he plays, he's gonna bowl 10 overs. But against Afghanistan, maybe you can get away with that. I don't know, man. It's this. You're picking between like two shit players, in my opinion, right now. Shadab and Osama Mir.
Two out of form players, you mean?
No, they're well.
Yeah, they're
That's
out
your
of form.
opinion.
Let's be real.
I think
Shadab's not shit,
Shadab is
bro.
very overhyped.
Shadab is
man.
not
Shadab
He's
is a
very
shit,
overhyped.
fantastic player. He's one of my favorite players, yo. He's just not doing well right now.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, 100%. He's not doing well right now.
This is what I mean by overhype. You guys are doing it right now.
No, but Shadab is. Are you joking?
we're
Shadab is
really
a
not,
fantastic
man.
player.
I don't know what you're talking about, Usman.
He just he's missed
Come
out.
on.
See, he's so T20 minded that he. Anyways, man, I don't know. We don't have to get into this, but
So that's what I'm saying. Why are you playing a T20 player? And Haris went off on Shadab in one of our. Then you weren't there, I think. And this is exactly the point that he brought was like, this guy's a T20 player. You've made him the vice captain in your ODI team just because he plays in your T20 team. And that's that, right? This guy is not a one-day player, and you guys know that.
Yeah, half our team is not a one-day team, right? That's the issue.
Yeah, but I want to shit on Shadab.
And that's another reason why I want ODI format to be dead.
नहीं,
खत्म करो.
मुझे लगता है कि हम टीम बनाए ODI की हम कह रहे हैं फॉर्मेट ही खत्म हो जाए.
फॉर्मेट ही खत्म कर
Very
दो.
Pakistani thinking over here. But
कहाँ
yeah,
से टीम बनेगी बताओ? कहाँ से लाओगे टीम ऐसी जो वनडे में कुछ कर
नहीं
सके?
मतलब लिस्ट ए क्रिकेट
पिछले-
खेलेंगे तो कुछ होगा ना. लिस्ट ए क्रिकेट
कौन खेलता है? खेलता ही
that's
नहीं है
the
ना कोई.
problem.
यही तो मसला है.
एक बंदा आता है,
So
बंदा
if you
टीम
guys
में
are
आता है
if you guys
हमारे
are
दो
saying
गेम.
Shadab is amazing, Shadab barely played any list A cricket. Let me check his stats right now.
I know, but what I was saying is बंदा टीम में आता है, 2-3 परफॉर्मेंस बुरी होती हैं, ड्रॉप होता है तो फिर वो टीवी पे यार भाई जियो पे पहुंच जाते हैं. ओ मुझे ये किया, मुझे वो किया. अबे चुपचाप जाके खेलो ना, तुम
मुझे
साला
torture
डोमेस्टिक
किया,
यार.
मुझे ये किया.
हाँ. तो
But yeah,
मुझे क्यों निकाला बोलना शुरू कर देते
I
हैं.
might stay with the same. I want to bring Salman Ali Agha in somehow, but I don't know who to drop for him.
Don't drop Chachu.
Maybe I drop Chachu, eh?
Maybe
Yeah.
drop Nawaz.
I told this to you. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop Nawaz and I'm going to bring in Salman Ali Agha because I think he provides so much more with the bat. And he can also bowl finger spin. I know he's right-handed compared to Nawaz, but again, we can look at how many left-handers. I don't think it has mattered as much as I thought it would. But generally, you want off spinners.
When you're playing on
bowling
trash
to
pitches, it
left-handers.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah, this World Cup, yeah, India's a fucking joke, man. That
Yeah.
fan, whoever you are, man, the one fan who was there today,
Respect.
thank you for being there.
Yeah.
I hope you made it home safe and everything.
Yeah,
And,
straight up. Yeah.
yeah. What else? What else do you guys want to get into? You guys want to talk about any of the other games that happened? India, Bangladesh. We already talked about the end of that ridiculous game.
What's coming up?
So I think we need to talk about England, South Africa tomorrow, because that has implications for us too. I think we won. Who do we want to win in this? Let's take a look at the table.
We want South Africa to
Africa.
win. Well, no.
We want
we
South-
want England to win. We want England to win.
You want England to win.
Because right now,
नहीं,
New
लेकिन इंग्लैंड
Zealand
अगर
and
जीत गई
India
तो
are
फिर
like
सारों
top
के
of the
पॉइंट बराबर हो
table.
जाएंगे ना. Maybe we want South Africa to win so we can just focus on that fourth spot, right? South Africa just blows past us. No,
I'd
that
rather be in
doesn't
a
make
bigger
sense.
group with more possibilities. I don't know.
No, but then four teams are gonna be fighting for like. Actually, yeah,
Two
that does make
spots.
sense. Four teams for two
It's
spots. Yeah.
50. or
Okay,
3
so
teams
England
for
winning is
one,
good for us
right?
then, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we want England to win. I essentially want India to win all their games now, and
So
not
we,
New
yeah,
Zealand, but we
India,
wanna beat them at least
whatever.
once.
India and New Zealand we can just forget about them. I think India is probably gonna go undefeated until the semis, probably. New Zealand might lose a game or two, but they've already kind of punched their ticket in, right?
Well, India and New
but
Zealand are playing on
we-
Sunday.
Ooh, that's
New Zealand.
gonna be a cracker.
Yep.
A cracker?
That's gonna be a good match. Yeah.
Say
I
it
got
again.
gymnastics
Say it
tomorrow.
that way, that exact way again.
The same way? Oh, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
same-
a cracker. Why is that funny?
I don't know. The way you said it was pretty good. But yeah, we need to basically win like how many we have 5 left, right?
Yeah,
We need to win
Ooh,
2 games out of
4.
New Zealand, England, and South Africa. No, I'm saying because assuming we beat Afghanistan and Bangladesh like we're supposed to, we need to win 2 games between South Africa, England, and New Zealand, right?
if
Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
then we're fighting for net run.
Yeah.
Right?
So that would give us 4
That gives
that would
us
give us
5
2
wins
or
out of
4 more
9.
wins.
5 wins out of 9.
Yeah, that gives us
No, 6.
No, that gives us 6
Yeah,
out of 9.
6 out of 9. Yeah, so that should be enough for us to get in, right? But but that's
Yeah.
a big if because
And
we have to be 2 good teams from those 3, right? Assuming we can get through the Afghanistan and Bang Bros challenge.
Bang Bros, yes. Afghanistan, I'm wary as fuck.
Yeah, I'm worried about that game, man, because those guys, उनको पता नहीं क्या दुश्मनी है हमसे. They always get so riled up to play against us. A and B, Chennai spinning pitch. They have great spinners. I'm kind of worried about that game on Monday. So hopefully we can all put in a shift on Monday.
Yeah, inshallah.
You like that, Ramiz?
I'm actually happy I'm going to be at work. I can't do
No,
this
we need you to
anymore.
watch because as soon as you started watching today, we started doing.
Just
good.
watch on your
So
phone. Do you want
watch
to
the whole
sign in with
game.
my Willow account?
No, I have ways on my phone to watch, but I don't know. I don't think I want to watch, to be honest.
Well, that's that, man. Anything else you guys want to get into?
No, man. I just want to fucking take the weekend. I want to sleep. I'm tired AF right now. And I'm hoping that the boys bounce
Yeah, me
back.
too. Yeah, I mean,
I just want somebody to give
I'm feeling.
Babar a Shot Yaar. He's just a nice, and then he gets like back in his senses, you know. And he's like, "Oh shit, man!
What
number
about
one batsman
Dengue?
who- Oh shit, man! Number one batsman who? You like the way I did that? Yeah,
नहीं इसको डेंगी दे दो ना ताकि उसका दिमाग रीसेट हो जाए.
Yeah.
नहीं सर?
yeah.
Like you said in the last one.
Can we call Shaman Gill and be like, "Go take a shit, don't wash your hands, and then go shake hands with Babar"?
Patient zero.
Yeah.
That's how it all started.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it, man. We're 2-2 now. I gotta admit, I'm
2-2 or losses.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. What did you think? I was.
I thought you're in a different
That he meant 2 for
Oh, okay.
2. That was us last week, man.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm feeling like starting to feel really negative now. I was positive, for the first 3 games. I'm feeling like Haris is rubbing off on me a little bit.
No,
His
I'm
negativity has rubbed
I'm
off.
good. We have a chance. We just need to get some momentum. We need to fight, and we need to pull this shit back. But we have the chance. We need to be the team that we know we can be. Pakistan Zindabad.
After the Afghanistan game, who are we playing? South Africa?
Afghanistan, South Africa, Bangladesh, New Zealand, and England.
Okay.
Last 2 games are going to determine. They're going to be
Afghanistan-
like almost like knockout games, man.
It might, yeah. I think the last game might become a scenario where we win the last game and you get through. But I don't even look that far ahead. We got to look at
I'm
like
okay,
Afghanistan
dude.
on
I'm
Monday
okay
and
to age a little bit,
Yeah,
man.
so just
I'm
look
okay
at the
to
next
age a
game.
little bit.
Let's go game by game. Look at the Monday's game. Hopefully we win that, and then we'll go from there to South
inshallah.
Africa.
go from there to South Africa. BCCI, you're doing a shit job at this World Cup. Just wanted to mention that one more time before we sign off here.
I was gonna say something, but then I dropped it. But yeah.
Yeah, you look like you were gonna say something. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna be like, they don't give a shit, man. They're getting paid. But yeah.
Yo, do you think this tinfoil hat theory? Do you think this World Cup is scripted?
No.
No, 2011 was.
Why do you say that?
Yo, guys, come on, dude. We're not getting
But
into
if
this.
Sri Lanka.
if 2011 was, why
Yeah,
wouldn't
no, I
this
think,
one
I
be?
think, I think, no, I think we should talk about this
We're not
offline.
gonna be.
Why?
We're
Tell
not
me,
gonna
tell me,
be
tell me,
those
tell me.
people, yo.
Yeah,
I
no, I agree with
I've
that.
heard a theory that in the 2011 semifinal, when Umar Akmal changed his gloves and he got out of the next ball, I've heard this theory that
Maybe,
he was given a message to get out, and
maybe there was money in the gloves.
maybe there was money in the
Why do you think
gloves.
Umar Akmal doesn't play cricket, but he still is able to, get all those new clothes for his TikTok fucking videos?
New clothes. नहीं, इतना क्या है? What? Like, even if he doesn't play cricket, he can do that. What do you mean?
Blank check
Yeah.
मिला होगा ना gloves के अंदर उसको.
Yeah, even if he didn't fix anything, he can buy new clothes, man. Zeno Market जाके ले सकता है ना?
All
Yeah, that's
right.
a horrible theory.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I was just, I was thinking today, after all the fan bullshit that happened, and like, India is like, I think whoever wins this World Cup is gonna have an asterisk next to their win, because this is a joke
What
of
if
a World Cup.
Pakistan wins?
We're gonna have, well, Pakistan. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Pakistan is supposed to win this.
Oh, you mean like
Imagine.
And Pakistan won't win. The final is in Ahmedabad,
yo,
guys.
man?
Come
But
on.
if the momentum
Even if we make it there.
But
shifts
our
and
boys
they
are
get
gonna have.
there, they're not gonna think the same way. If the momentum shifts
That's
and
what I'm
they
saying.
get
I
to
was just gonna say
Ahmedabad,
that.
they're not gonna think the same way. They're gonna be like thinking like fucking winners, not like the losers that they are right now.
Zen, I love you for being so positive,
Yeah,
man.
man.
This is
I just need them to shift
Uh,
that mindset. That's it. Like I said, Sacht Chapter. Yeah.
Sucks chippered. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got today. Thanks for joining us. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at shot_yard. Follow us on TikTok at Shot Yaar, and visit us at shotyar.com. Thanks for listening.
Bye bye.